The slap didn't sound the way people expect a slap to sound. It wasn't sharp or dramatic. It was dull-heavy, almost wet, like skin. Meeting skin with nowhere for the noise to escape. The kind of sound that makes a room instinctively go quiet before anyone realizes why. Conversations died mid-sentence. A fork hovered inches from someone's mouth. I felt my head turn from the force, felt heat bloom across my cheek, and for one strange second I remember thinking, wow. So this is how people lose everything in public. I didn't cry. Not because I'm strong, not because I was proud. I didn't cry because my brain shut the door on panic and told me to stay very still. That woman standing there with her manicured hand still raised expected tears. She expected collapse. What she didn't expect was me slowly turning back to look at her. Really look at her and let her see there was something behind my eyes she couldn't name. Her name was Veronica Hale. Society royalty. Old money. The kind of woman whose smile had been trained to look kind while her words cut like glass. She was engaged to Carter Wynn, a billionaire everyone in the city worshipped, and that night in the most expensive restaurant I'd ever worked in, she decided I was disposable. The restaurant was called Aurelian, perched high above the city, all marble floors and warm lighting designed to make rich people feel important. You didn't just eat there, you were seen there. And people like me, servers like me, we weren't supposed to exist as humans. We were part of the furniture. Quiet. Replaceable. My name to them was Lily Moore. Black dress hair, pulled tight, neutral smile. I'd learned how to disappear years ago. Disappearing keeps you safe. Disappearing pays the bills. Or at least that's what I thought. Veronica had been in a mood all night. Sending plates back, complaining about temperatures no human tongue could actually detect. Carter barely noticed. He was glued to his phone chasing numbers and futures no one else could see. When I poured the wine, a rare bottle worth more than I made in a year, Veronica gestured mid-story. Her ring flashed. Her hand clipped my wrist. One drop spilled. Just one. A tiny red dot on white silk. She froze. The room froze with her. "Are you serious?" she hissed, like I'd committed a crime. I apologized, automatically reached for a napkin. That's when she slapped me. The sound echoed longer than the act deserved. Someone dropped a tray. Glass shattered. Veronica breathed like she'd just won something. Carter finally looked up annoyed more than concerned. The manager rushed over already halfway to blaming me. That was the plan. That was always the plan. But then I didn't react the way they expected. I placed the bottle down carefully, straightened my back, turned to face her. "You shouldn't have done that," I said calmly. Not loud, not soft, just enough to carry. She laughed sharp and cruel. "Get her out of here." The manager grabbed my arm. I shrugged him off gently and looked past Veronica straight at Carter. His eyes narrowed, confusion flickering, then something else. Recognition trying to surface. "Lily," he said, uncertain. Then quieter. "No, that's not right." The room leaned in. "My real name," I said, finally letting the mask crack, "is Evelyn Cross." You could feel it when the name landed, like a wave hitting glass. Carter went pale. Veronica's smile slipped, because Evelyn Cross wasn't a server who spilled wine. Evelyn Cross was supposed to be gone. 5 years earlier, I was the woman who built half of Carter Wynn's empire. I wasn't. The face wasn't the charm. I was the mind. The architect behind a system that made him unimaginably wealthy. I asked for anonymity. Credit didn't matter. Control did. Until the day I found something buried deep in the code. A back door I didn't build. A ghost watching everything. I confronted the system. It responded with a video feed of my younger sister walking home from class. One message. Short, clear, stop digging. So I ran. I erased myself, changed my name, took jobs no one looks twice at. Barista, cleaner, server, places where intelligence hides behind uniforms. I waited. Because people like that always get greedy, always get sloppy. Veronica started yelling, trying to reassert control. Carter stood stunned. "Why didn't you come to me?" he asked, raw and exposed. I would have believed you. Believed. I shook my head. You wouldn't have. Not then. You were untouchable. I needed proof. I needed leverage. I turned back to Veronica. Ask your father about a man named Grant Holloway. Her face drained of color. Carter's jaw tightened. Holloway was his first investor. The man he'd forced out years ago. The man who disappeared quietly. Too quietly. The pieces snapped together fast. The engagement, the rushed wedding, the sudden pressure for access. Veronica wasn't marrying for love, she was delivering keys. The police came. Statements were made. Lawyers intervened. The slap became a misunderstanding. Charges disappeared. Veronica wasn't arrested. She was escorted. Quietly. Privately. That kind of removal is worse than cuffs. Later, when the restaurant emptied and the noise faded, Carter and I stood by the window overlooking the city. 5 years of distance hung between us. He apologized. I accepted it without ceremony. Apologies don't fix damage. Action does. I untied my apron, folded it, placed it on the table. I'm done hiding, I said. He asked what came next. I smiled, tired but sharp. Now we finish it. And that's the part people argue about. Whether what I did was right. Whether disappearing was cowardice or survival. Whether people like Veronica deserve mercy or consequences. I don't pretend to have clean answers. I just know this. You never really know the story of the person standing in front of you. The one you dismiss. The one you talk down to. Sometimes they're just waiting, watching, biding time. So tell me this. If you were in my place, would you have stayed invisible? Or would you have done exactly what I did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear them.